What's happening, Wargamers? Welcome to the After Action Report for the A-Force versus X-Force Battle Report, in which, if you were paying attention, X-Force just absolutely cleaned up on that one.
This is a clear case of, remember kids, practice rolling your dice at home. If you don't, you'll do very poorly on the table, because Leland's dice were a mess tonight.
They were a hot mess tonight. And of course, just a giant sand hand slapping Jen for 5 damage.
That's average, guys. Remember that at home.
Sure.
You roll a 4 dice attack, it's 5 damage.
Yeah, that was absolutely insane. Like Jen, I think that was a big problem for me. Jen took way too much damage way too early on. And because you were able to stun both Rogue and Captain Marvel, I was hoping to get an earlier patch up on them.
Yeah.
And that didn't really happen. And
I can imagine people in the comments saying, oh, no, you were too aggressive with Jen. But in the past, Jen has done this exact same move and absolutely cleaned my clock on my side of the table.
Yeah, I think what happened here is you put me into a point where I started having to rely on some Hail Marys.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, my Hail Marys were a little too much Hail, a little less Mary.
Wow. The slight sprinkles from Captain Marvel, that one turn of 2 warbirds, right?
She disappointed this game. Like her performance is usually a lot better, but you know what? That disarm slowed her down significantly. Like rolling 2 less dice really kind of hurt. And unfortunately, some of your defense rolls were just on point.
And Cable spent his entire game, like he didn't get a chance to throw that early game gambit where you got to throw the large thing in the middle. You made a comment about, oh, you sure you wanted to give me all that power? Because now I get to throw this at you. And I'm like, it was a calculated gambit, because if I got to 4 power, I was going to throw it at you.
You got to throw it first, yeah.
But you definitely got that off.
It was a bit of a race, and I was feeling a bit high when I got Laura as early as I did.
Yeah, of course,
but failing to take Deadpool when that happened as well kind of sucked.
I didn't think that was going to happen. I actually thought, like, you had an early gambit. Oh no, actually it was the Warbird thing. I totally thought you were going to get my back line off of that. Like,
that was the game plan. That's what I was hoping to do, man.
It was real reasonable.
And like I'll admit, I did play very aggressive this game.
Well, and I think you have to with X-Force. I think you have to with A-Force into X-Force.
Because here's the problem: X-Force plays very aggressive as well, and like your team, like Laura just always punches so above her weight,
and she proved that again this game. It was so silly.
She is so good. And you know what? I did not hate Sandman in this list.
I like the constructs. The fact that he has 2 constructs and they each get the bonus little reroll thing. The fact they always push, and like Cable's like, well, the range 5, that's fine. I can still reach out and touch them.
And mind you, this is a great scenario for it.
Yeah.
What I probably shouldn't have done is I probably should have thrown Sandman away.
Yeah.
And then just kept Rogue over here and dealt with Deadpool.
That's fair. Yeah.
I probably should have done that, because Rogue all of a sudden was in a position where, like, I wanted to take Cable out. I was terrified of Cable. But in the grand scheme of things, I think I might have actually been able to handle Cable's attacks.
Yeah. Well, especially with the 2 characters. Like, Rogue's a little less good at it, but she does have her damage reduction. But, Captain Marvel...
I don't think I would have lost Captain Marvel.
No, I don't think so either.
To the energy attacks.
Yeah, right? I'd have to do some silly Ascani Sun something.
Yeah, so I think that was my mistake there. Like, I got blinded by trying to daze Cable.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, like, I think for that plan to work, I had to deal with Sandman as well.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it didn't work, and there was a better play out there, which was, strangely enough, to take out Deadpool.
Yep.
Just hang out here, take out Deadpool, because then also I have all these points as well.
Well, and that's the other thing. Most of the rest of your game, the clear sign that you had chances to winning was all those points, and you had to score them 2 more times.
Yep. Well, even just once, and then just run away from you.
Yeah.
Right. So I think I let Conan get the better of me in this case. I tried to out aggression X-Force. Did not work.
Yeah. Well, and let's be very clear. It could have worked, but like the gambits kind of fell on their face when your dice don't cooperate.
But you know that's only part. Like, the dice are only part of the story. Like, It's one of those things where you were constantly getting your power. You needed to give yourself extra defensive dice, which slowed me down as well. And I don't think I necessarily got tilted, but I think I got some tunnel vision.
Sure.
And I think you were able to really exploit that tunnel vision. Of course, like X23 just rolling in and Because we were talking about, I was like, yeah, she's not going to take Jen out.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's like 4 and there's another 6. Like,
yeah.
Oh. Oh my.
Yeah, she did 10 points of damage to her and then got to bounce back and hit Captain Marvel. And I was like,
5.
yeah,
and then I had to
yeah,
use my patch up to save Captain Marvel. And
yeah.
because Captain Marvel was stunned, she didn't even get a whole bunch of power for that either, which was just rude.
Yeah, the 15 damage into 11 threat from my 3 threat is okay.
Yeah, that was rough. X23 controlled the board for you for quite a while.
Yeah.
Was a big problem, and yep.
You putting her down was definitely the right move, right? So
Yeah. And as soon as I saw she was at 3, it's like, yeah, we're just gonna shank her.
Yeah.
And again, it goes back to I should have dealt with Deadpool. I got blinded by Sandman and his constructs. Because if I threw Sandman away, he would have had to move once to even get within range to do anything.
Yeah, and he's not great at moving. I'm really sad that he doesn't have something that makes him immune to being thrown. Because what, just picked up and he's got little sand bits here?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. So I maintain, I think that was a big tactical error on my part. I think I probably would have been in a better position if I did something slightly different.
Well, and you controlling all the points, me having to walk with my 2 guys that
were both slow moving.
Yeah, they're not cardio guys at all. So
no. Yeah, so that was definitely a big misplay on my part, but it is what it is, and I fully admit I got my tunnel vision going on here.
I did have a fun game. I liked seeing Sandman do some cool things.
So yeah, I'll say that I got schlocked on this one, but there were some cool moments. Yeah. There was definitely some cool moments in there, and seeing Laura do what she did, seeing the maximum effort dance party go off, 5 damage on Captain Marvel. Come on, man. Come on. Just those last 2 rounds. We don't need defense dice.
Yeah, I did that first shot from Cable into Captain Marvel, and you rolled a double wilds, and I'm like, right, that's why you're not supposed to shoot it with energy.
Or Mystic, but
all right.
And then it just went downhill for me afterwards. But that's also kind of the nature of this scenario as well, right?
Yeah.
It was very close quarters, very, very fighty, very punchy. Having both Rogue and Captain Marvel stunned, hurt.
Yeah,
quite a bit actually, because they would have had a lot more power to do a lot more things. That just didn't happen. Also, the one turn where I screwed up the order of stuff, and I should have used them no matter the cost with Carol.
Yeah, save the power and take a bit of
because I would have taken a bit of damage, but I would have had the power to actually throw a character as well. So I could have done 2 Warbirds and a throw.
Yeah,
which would have been a lot better, because the plan should have been to Warbird, throw, and then Warbird over here and just deal with that as well. But I did not. Again, I got tilted.
Yeah, well, and your Warbird not getting the other thing off of it, right? So
yeah, I think I rolled it. There was 2 instances where I didn't get the wild throw on it, which is
weird.
Sucked.
Yeah,
such is life. But anyway, there we go. So Troop, as always, fun game, great game. Had a lot of good times.
Fun.
We will see you guys next time. Remember, leave your comments below. Support the channel at patreon.com/AegisBrand Studios, or go to iwargame.net. Use code AegisBrand. Let them know we sent you, and save 10% on one of these great maps. We'll see you next time. Happy wargaming.